This is a Full Circle Podcast Show production.
Yo, 360 degrees of perfect steez. Roundtable podcast live with the three kings. We knocking your airways, make you listen every day. Hottest interviews and beats. Tune in, hear what
Take
they
a
say.
seat at the round table right here with the three kings. All the entertainment, news, and knowledge that you need. Giving it to you real, cause that's the way that we breathe. Full circle, 360 degrees.
Roundtable podcast. Yo, Roundtable podcast. Roundtable podcast. Roundtable podcast. Yo, Roundtable podcast.
Welcome to the Roundtable Podcast. This is episode 8 right here. Roundtable Podcast, episode 8. We're going to go ahead and title this one, Viva Las Vegas, Do's and Don'ts from an Expert, because we definitely have an expert in the house right here with us today. We'll go ahead and jump right into the introductions real fast. I'm your boy Bees right here of Three Kings Clothings, and definitely here to have a bunch of fun. It's been a little minute since the podcast got together, since the whole crew got together to do this. So I'm definitely looking forward to hearing how things have been going. King Joey, how are you, sir? You're sipping.
No, I'm good, man. Good. Celebrated a birthday last week, so
Happy G-Day. Happy G-Day. Happy
trying to
G-Day.
grind
Birthday. Happy
and
birthday.
get everything situated, man.
Indeed. King Mike, how are you, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm here.
You know what? Good in here. Hey, this works out fine. And now you can take a listen and look at our special guest. We're gonna emphasize special. Good Lord. Where did y'all find this dude at, man? Go ahead and introduce
He been
yourself.
stalking me.
Right around Dorchester years ago.
Oh man, that's how y'all do me now. It's cool though.
Mukavelli.
Hey,
Machiavelli.
Anthony T. Bill is in the house.
Shaquille O'Neal.
The Wasiyan killer.
Hey man, that wasn't
so
my
many
fault.
nicknames.
That was not my fault. I ain't say nothing, and I got a text for saying nothing. So
That's so many nicknames, so many stories, so many things to tell. Listen, so we're just gonna go ahead and get right into this today. The Roundtable Podcast brought to you by Three Kings Clothing. We're gonna get into this pop culture moment real fast. I saw that the people that are putting together the James Bond movies have finally come to their senses and are actually going to put the most James Bond motherfucker ever.
For months,
It's
for
about
years.
time.
How long they been hinting at this? They've been hitting at it for years.
but I think it's finally official from the studio that
Good.
Russell Bell is going to be he's going to be James Bond. Idris Elba, for those
Idris
that don't
Elba.
know who Russell Bell
Well,
is.
they've been hinting at this for 3 years, so
At least
it's about
3 years.
time.
They should have did it. Well, I mean, they've been talking
We
about
got
it
a
since
guy,
Daniel Craig.
an English guy,
An
another
English
one
guy.
that's perfect for the role.
But it might hurt the.
Do you think?
I think it might.
It might.
It might.
'Cause
But,
you're,
but England's a little more open thinking than America is. But you know how people.
Well, America being the biggest movie
Hardcore
market.
Bond fans might
Yes.
not like it.
Right. But I mean, he is the epitome of what Bond's supposed to be.
I mean,
It's a good fit. for
Right.
sure.
Yeah,
I think it's a great fit.
I'm definitely thinking. Have you ever watched the James Bond movie, Mobile?
no, never. I've seen bits and pieces, but
Well,
I never.
Mook, just let me explain. It's Stringer Bell.
It's Stringer Bell, bro.
I know who Russell Bell is. Stringer Bell.
Stringer Bell, bro.
All right, so what do y'all think Idris's best role?
Who's that on your
ever,
phone, Moot?
Uh-oh. Cat got your tongue?
Literally.
Yeah, literally. Cat got your tongue tied up this morning, boy?
No, sir.
What were some of his best roles, do you think, as far as throughout his acting career? I mean, the dude has a very good resume out here, but I'm sorry. I'm stuck at Russell Bell because he was one of the shystiest dirtiest kinds of characters. Everybody thought that he was such the high standard of a drug dealer / thug. No, he was a horrible person. He did so much horrible things. He got what he deserved in The Wire. I said it.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's a good
spoiler alert. I know it's gonna sound really stupid to everybody, but I'm actually still just watching The Wire.
Oh.
So
Oh.
don't
Okay,
spoil it for me.
Hey,
but
watch Snowfall. That's pretty good.
Snowfall's pretty good too.
Okay. All right.
But actually, you know what? Obviously, Stringer Bell is a great role for him.
was.
He's been in a lot of good movies. The one movie that I don't know if it's a great movie, it's just a movie, but I feel like he played a good role was this Christmas when he was like the older brother that had all the problems and stuff like that. I felt like he did a great
Never
job
watched
in
it.
that role.
Never
It's probably
seen
his
that either.
least,
You know, he
publicized role or whatever, but he did a good job in that
I'm gonna
movie.
tell you another movie. It's a really good movie. I don't know if a lot of people have seen it because it was a Guy Ritchie film, but Rock and Roller.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that
He
one.
was very, very good
I
at
like
Rock and Roller.
Snatched. I like that.
Yeah, Snatch was good.
yeah.
You gotta watch Snatch.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Rock and Roller's on that same
Yeah,
Never
same
heard
kind
of it.
Same kind
Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
What's dude that played Tom Hardy? It's got a lot of air. What's the little girl is in
We're
it?
going to have to help move
Yeah, you
on.
got to settle
He
down
ain't
a
heard
little bit,
nothing.
right? Yeah, you gonna
he
have
heard the
to,
Russell Bell, and that's it.
I just don't like your sentence dance right now. You gotta do something different, man.
I don't get the fancy mic like the two on the ends, I guess, because I'm not a king.
All these mics are fancy.
They brought the
Stone
gesture in today.
So we got
King's Court.
Yeah, we got a Rudy Ray Moore movie on deck coming out that Eddie Murphy is going to be putting together. Dolomite is on deck for 2019. I think that's a very good look because he was a kind of comic coming out of that blaxploitation era that really he definitely went over the top with it. Man, his black karate is some of the best
karate, bro. I was just about to say that, man.
Rudy
Dude.
Ray Moore was a lightweight battle rapper.
Man.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
He
for
was a
real.
battle
I hate to
rapper
interrupt,
before
but y'all
that.
should have gave me the topics because I ain't never seen
A Dolomite movie?
No,
Oh my
never
God,
seen
who
Dolomite.
are you, man?
Man, what did you do as a child? Well, I know what you was doing as a child.
Exactly. Make childs. That's right.
Statute of limitations is not over, so don't say what you did as a child.
Have y'all seen Superfly, the new Superfly remix?
I
Speaking
did.
of black
I haven't
exploitation,
seen it.
I ain't even seen the old one.
You know what? I don't even think I seen the old one, honestly.
Really?
I seen the
Who
Mac.
the fuck am I on the podcast
Dude,
with?
it's
I
over.
don't watch no movies, and I didn't see it. My goodness.
Listen, you should have gave me the list the other day when you said you were gonna call me back. Then I could have watched all of that stuff real
Well, I
quick.
mean, it's funnier that you're not knowing it, so
Yeah, I
that
think
way
it's-
we can throw some jabs at you.
Yeah, I think
Okay, that's
it's
cool.
pretty
That's cool.
But the new Superfly to me, the guy that played Superfly, he has a long career of stardom ahead of him.
Yeah, I think he does.
Yeah, he
think he does too.
He played the role.
Yep.
They loosely based it on the original, and
Yeah, they had the same names ish, and you know what I'm saying, the same kind of.
But one thing that they kind of had to do, but I didn't really care for, is they definitely Atlantified it.
Oh, they Atlantified it to death. Well, Future was part of. I don't know if he was one of the producers. I know he did the soundtrack, but I think Future had a lot to do with the writing and everything.
The
of it.
Atlantifying of it. I mean,
exactly.
and, shout out to Atlanta. I mean, if things work out, I might even be down there next weekend.
I've never been to Atlanta.
But
Did he say he never been to Atlanta? Oh, that's hilarious.
oh man,
Well, let me ask you: you ever been to the Pond before?
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
I just want to make sure
Man,
you've been. I know
man.
somewhere you'd have been, man.
I wasn't allowed to cross the creek till I was like 10 or 11.
10 or 11. Was you a Pond legend by the time it was over with?
Yes, I was a pond lake.
Did you put your beeper on the fence?
Nah, I ain't have a beeper.
Okay.
I had a cell phone. Remember the cell phone?
Yeah, you had the first cell phone in the neighborhood.
Bill had a
Who had the
first
first cell
phone. He had his
phone?
iced tea power cell phone.
Bill was $1,100 for a week.
My dad was like, I'm gonna need that phone.
immediately.
Immediately.
Got a whole case and everything.
It wasn't no free minutes. It wasn't nothing. It was like almost $1 a minute, and I thought I was cool.
You was cool for that month.
He was cool. It wasn't even a month, I don't think.
No, it was about a month. My dad, he came and got it. Matter of fact, he still got that phone. I seen it in a file cabinet the other day.
Man, you need to fire that boy up, see if it still works. Listen, all right, so Nicki Minaj has had an album, and she has a song on there, an homage to B.I.G.'s Dreams. She updated Dreams from her perspective as a female in the industry, and she definitely had some jabs and barbs in that song.
This is her second Dream. She did one on the other album.
Guess what, Beef?
She did?
Yeah.
Beef.
I'm not a fan, so I didn't.
Me either. But.
Go ahead, Mook. Say your piece.
I ain't heard that song.
Now, have anybody? Well, not you, Mook, but have y'all had a chance to take the album to the lab? I've heard
Not
about
the album. I've heard the song. I was listening to the
I
song
haven't,
the other
and
day.
I'm probably not going to.
I actually was on a sound something or other that had a few of the songs mixed in.
I heard a few of the songs.
Yeah, and
I like the song with Foxy Brown. That's dope.
Oh, she got a song with Foxy on there?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
dope, too.
yeah. That's about
Nikki can go. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
Nikki, I
just
don't take nothing
I've
from
never bought her whole project.
Hey, I've been rocking Shaq Diesel for the last couple of weeks. Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq Diesel.
He got a CD out?
No, the first one was sweet.
Gigged on him?
The one with the
I
big
gigged
on
on
it.
him
The one with big on it was that
when
the
he
second
said,
one?
"I asked Ice Cube or Jim Jackson in my Wicked."
Oh man, oh man, oh man. So a lot of good music out there. Get on your local streaming site and go ahead and find some of this new music that's out there. I'm still stuck on some of the early summer action. Nothing seems to be able to get this damn West Side Gun out of my front line.
Just think about the music that's been out. The West Side Gun, the Nas, the Pusha T.
What is the West Side Gun?
You can throw the Kanye out there.
I was curious.
Dave East just had a project.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of stuff.
Hold on, listen, hold on. Hey, now Mike, now we talking about all this high level hip hop, but if I say living my best life, that's what everybody gonna know.
Smile.
See, we're talking about all this high level hip hop, but you talk about living my best life.
Hey, man. It's hot right now in these streets. Oh, it's Lil Duval and Snoop. Smile, bitch. Smile, bitch.
Hey, though, y'all should listen to Tyler, the Creator. He pretty nice.
Mozzie.
Tyler's creative.
I like Mozzie. I don't know if y'all hip to Mozzie.
No, Tyler, the Creator. He got some nice songs.
Tyler's
I like
Mozzie.
creative.
Yeah, so
Him in the song with
Mozzie.
ASAP Rocky, Potato Salad. That's pretty banger.
yeah,
But
so
I don't know, Living the Best Life or West Side Connection Part 2 or whoever y'all say.
No, not West Side Connection Part 2. We could get into a whole podcast, me and Mike going back and forth about
They
West Side.
garbage.
No, they sweet.
No, wait, no. I don't know why Ice Cube picked up them two.
They garbage.
But they had a couple songs though.
You know what?
but-
They had a
come on,
couple
man.
songs.
They had a couple songs.
Me and
but,
Mook don't like them.
you know,
I think Joey and Bees might like them.
Actually,
bitch.
Let me specify.
I think they
Let me
sweet.
specify. I don't like your boy, the jankiest one.
BB
I don't
Bang,
like
the BB
him.
Bang.
Yeah,
But
I'll
listen,
just say
man.
that.
Dub C,
Before
Dub
all of
C,
that, man, Dub C in the Mass Circle, y'all,
I
everybody.
don't like the Dub
You didn't
C
like
in
Dub C in the Mass Circle? You didn't like that? The dress code, none of that?
Yeah, that was
That
good.
album, man, that album was so
a classic, bro.
doggone sweet, man.
That album was a classic.
I think we're
album is
overstepping
a-
by saying it's a classic.
A classic? The first, man, come on. Dub C in the Mass Curve. No, it wasn't Curve. Sorry.
Ain't a damn thing changed.
Dude, that's a classic album, man.
Man, listen, man, my college radio show, man, I banged that. I'm sorry,
Dude,
man.
I bang that shit right when I go home.
I will argue
YouTube
that,
it.
and I will argue that until Dale Riggs or Dave or
YouTube
Tate.
it and listen.
No, not Tate.
He said not take.
I don't think Tate got no license no more. But I would definitely argue that
You all right,
to
Mook?
to Woodlawn. I don't know if y'all seen this that happened in so much happens in Chicago, but they in the Inglewood neighborhood, the Chicago police decided, in conjunction with the railroad police. Shout out to our railroad homies, you know what I'm saying? Got to shout out to Clarence, got to shout out to Friday. But y'all railroad police is wrong. What they did is they dropped off a 53-footer, one of their trailers, right by a park in the Inglewood neighborhood.
I saw that. Too.
It was
Full
it
of
was not
Nikes.
it was not just one. It was the one that was full of Nikes, and then the other one was full of like high level fashion stuff like Balenciaga, all that stuff. So it was 2 separate occasions in 1 week.
In 1 week.
That this happened.
Go ahead.
Hey, whoever got that, can y'all call me, please?
And you know what? The best thing about it is some of the people in the community stepped up before anything happened, and they called them out on their bullshit.
Right.
And they did not take a thing out of that truck. Which
Yep.
is excellent.
Yep, it's documented by some youngsters in the neighborhood, putting that whole situation on blast and just letting it be known some of the tactics that are being utilized to criminalize people. I mean, right by a park with kids playing basketball and everything, something that you want to encourage, some recreation and not some of the other things that the kids could be and young adults could be involved in.
So y'all watch out for these bait trucks, these bait cars, all that stuff.
Yeah, because it's there.
Go ahead,
Go ahead, Mook.
Do you know where Chicago is?
Yeah, I know Chicago.
All right, I was just checking, bro.
How we gonna have you as a travel consultant and you ain't never hardly been though? Man,
First
Hey,
of all, I
listen.
seen Mook get into a lot of trouble in Chicago.
I've been in
I seen
Chicago.
him
Hey, guy, you need cash in the flash?
I'm not gonna
hold
tell
on, is this another statute of limitations situation?
We
good on this.
Okay.
That trip was wild. Our junior Afro trip. Afro. Yeah, it was a. Ooh.
Yeah, there was another trip to Chicago that I ain't even gonna talk about.
Well, I mean,
Oh no, that wasn't my fault.
I ain't
fuck.
gonna leave that shit alone, bro.
Man.
we're gonna leave Chicago
Yeah, we gonna
in Chicago.
Yeah,
that's
we
what
gonna move on to
And
bigger and
they
better.
had a rough weekend
Listen.
2 weekends ago.
Yeah,
71 shootings.
Yeah,
We got to do better in
But shit,
Chicago, man.
that's
It wasn't GPS back when we took that trip to Chicago.
It's not.
It wasn't, and we ended up on the wrong side of town.
Yep.
it's definitely-
Mook's navigation.
There was a lot of fruitcakes going on around there. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend nobody though, but it was wild.
it was a wild situation. Listen,
Blame the driver.
but blame the
I wasn't driving.
Listen, we had
Wait, hold on. You the one know the dicks are us in the window and shit.
First
Oh,
of all, I'm just not gonna say no names, but that was the other Denver fan. That was the other Denver fan. Just don't put me on blast. Like that was not who. That was definitely not what I saw.
Yeah, it was wild. We had a good time though. That was good.
See,
Go
first
see my
of
man.
all, we had to clarify the good time we had was
was not at the D's or us.
was at
Nah,
the
we
United
didn't-
Center watching my boy play basketball.
Rashad Johnson. I used to pass him the ball. No homo, but
All right. We had a huge birthday here in the past couple of days.
Joey's.
Oh, absolutely, Joey. But this
See how easy that was?
Right. I know where he's going with this.
Yeah,
This might have been a little more important than mine, but
well, actually,
I just want to throw a shout out to you.
for sure, appreciate it.
This birthday was actually yesterday.
Yeah,
your birthday was yesterday.
we got you.
Yeah. This birthday was yesterday, and it's a birthday of not a person, but a whole culture, a whole movement, a whole way of life, and I think it's worthy to be shouted out, celebrated, and appreciated. Yesterday, as of recording of the podcast, August 11th is the official birthday of hip hop. And I'm going to give that a live hand clap right there because hip-hop has saved
Shout out to hip hop.
thousands upon thousands of lives and given the opportunity for people to share their creativity in all 4 forms of hip-hop. So,
Speaking of hip hop, my mixtape will be out this week.
What's the name of it?
The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Mooka Bob Crane.
Don't
I would download that.
Hey man.
Gotcha.
Hey man.
I might spit a hot bar for y'all in a second.
Mooka by Craig, bro.
That's good. Just a quick about the birthday of hip hop. It was born at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue Sedgwick Avenue, Bronx, New York. It was a back to school party for a young lady named Cindy Campbell. Her brother, his name is Clive Campbell, aka the father of hip hop.
Your father.
Cool Herc.
Cool Herc. Hey man, did y'all watch the Get Down, man? How they had like Cool Herc and all them in there, and Grandmaster Flash. It's kind of crazy.
Man.
Was that on USA?
It's kind of crazy.
Netflix.
Oh no, I ain't watch that.
It's
Yet.
kind of crazy.
They had them in there as themselves, or
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, they weren't in it. They had people playing.
People playing
You know what I'm saying? It was just like it was a weird show, but it was.
That's what I heard.
It was
Was
cool.
weird.
That,
I said,
it was cool to have them in there. You know what I'm saying?
just
really
showing
get into all of
showing the whole time the way it really was.
I like the whole story behind the hip hop, and it was their loose interpretation of it. So it was cool.
That's what's up. So definitely wanted to give hip hop its due as a birthday, because that's real. So we're gonna go ahead and transition into our sports piece of the podcast right now.
Bears going to
This
Super
is
Bowl.
the Roundtable Podcast,
No, they're not.
hosted by Three Kings
Bet y'all
Clothing,
lose
with our
next week in
special
preseason.
guest, very very special guest, Boo Bill, in the building.
Bet y'all lose.
Let's get this out of the way real fast. It's baseball season. I know nobody knows anything
care.
that's going on in baseball right now. Oh, do tell.
I watch baseball.
First of
Go
all,
ahead, tell me something.
did y'all know Al Bundy played for the Bears for a game?
Oh, guy.
Yeah, that's how
No,
good
for
y'all
real.
are.
Well, it's just been like I'm a Yankees fan, so
So the Red Sox have put the Yankees fighting for the wild card. We know.
absolutely fight for the wild card. That's not even a question
With all that
anymore.
firepower, the Yankees fighting for the
Well,
wild card.
Aaron Judge out for a while, so that's been hurting. But like I said, Boston's better right now. But like I said, out of the playoffs, anything can happen. So
it looks to me from when I looked at the standings, it's
sorry.
it's the Red Sox, it's the Yankees, the Astros, are the cream of the American
And
League.
Cleveland is actually chasing a wild card spot. They've been winning lately.
The Cleveland Baseball Club is winning their division, so they'll get in.
Oakland has been on fire as of late. I said
So-
the big trade with I think his name was I forget who went to the Dodgers, but that shifted the power.
It looks
in the NL.
It looks to me that the American League is clearly the cream of the crop
It is.
of Major League Baseball
is.
right now. Just looking at the standings, the National League is a lot of teams fighting for either winning their division or for a wild card, but nobody seems to be
But the only
standing
thing,
out.
and what I love and hate about baseball is the whole DH and the whole pitcher has to bat thing. That changes when you get in
It
the World
does when
Series.
move,
You know what I'm
when
saying?
You move from conferences.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
for sure.
So when you get to the World Series and your American League pitchers have to bat, they ain't batted all year. You know what I'm
Which
saying?
they should have adjusted to that by now because it's not
You
to
do
their
interleague
advantage.
play, right.
So you should make some adjustments to that. It's not like it's a new rule.
But you can still see the difference. Though.
Yeah, you
It
definitely can
makes
see
a
the difference. But throw them in the lineup every now and then.
And that's my.
Get out
that's
there.
I
You
kind of
getting
watch
paid,
baseball,
bro.
but I don't really watch baseball.
what I'm
Snippet of it.
Look, man. You added way more to the baseball conversation. I had to research what I just put out here because
I follow sports, man.
Man,
I look at
nothing
it,
else.
but I don't really care about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
I would much rather be at the
At the
baseball
game,
game.
absolutely.
Yeah, I go to the games all day.
Bears going to the Super
Love
Bowl.
going to baseball games.
The Bears
Just don't wanna
ain't in
watch
the
on
major
TV.
leagues, bro.
Hold on. Bet something.
You put it on tape.
Bet. I'm just gonna say you like the second best orange and blue team in the league.
Well, I mean, that ain't saying much.
Most recent Super Bowl. Anybody? Talk to me.
Your team, your team,
thanks.
your team.
Thanks. That's all I want to say.
Your team, and your team beat the team that I have tattooed on my arm.
We did. On our way.
on their way to that Super Bowl. So
You got Houston Oilers tattoo on your arm?
Hey, I'm old enough to have the Houston Oilers
Hold
on
on,
there
man.
too.
Hold on, man.
I love your
Last
blue.
time your team won, the Patriots still had a man snapping the ball on their on their helmet, bro.
Yeah,
Damn,
exactly.
what's the point?
Steve Grogan was the quarterback.
Steve Grogan.
Oh my God!
Listen.
Best thing y'all ever did was make the Super Bowl shuffle.
We are the Bears shuffling crew. Shuffling on down. Do what we do.
All right, let's talk Kevin Durant, man. Is this dude really this sensitive, man? Is he really this dude? Is he really this dude?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant just done reached the point where he don't care no more about how y'all feel.
He's
So
a champion, and
gonna
he
say
just
whatever
feels like,
wants to say.
say what I want now. I'm winning. And we're going to win next year.
Everything that he wants to speak on, he's speaking on.
And we gonna win
He
the
done
year
got
after
to
that.
He done got to that grumpy dude, and
Does it have something to do with his hair?
I
No, because his hair's always been like that since he was 12 years old.
I think Kevin Durant finally got over giving a hell about what everybody thinks, and now he's just letting you know every single time he don't care.
He on that LeBron status right now. He don't care about his hair. He don't care what he's talking about.
I mean, they all go through it.
Yeah, they do.
Kobe went through it.
They supposed to.
They get to that point where they've won, and they can say whatever they want.
Yeah, once you win, you feel like it's my time. You know what I'm saying?
And
I actually like it when they get to that point.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I loved when Kobe Bryant got to that point.
Yeah, his was so entertaining.
Because from the perspective of a person that actively hates the Lakers and everything Los Angeles Laker, it was refreshing to see him turn from a guy who was packaged and he really came up really
love the Lakers,
emulating a certain player who I can't stand to really becoming his own man and really being, Kobe Bryant. And the things that he's done post-career, I'm really excited to see him moving forward, basketball-wise, business-wise, and whatnot.
All of that.
How's it going for the Bulls, by the way, you guys?
Yeah, go ahead, Bulls fans. Talk to me.
Everybody's quiet right now.
I will say this. We had a major signing in the offseason that will help our team build to where we need to be. Now, granted,
you signed Jabari Parker, and I really like that signing.
Yeah, it's a good signing. He's from Chicago. He's a Chicago kid, man.
Major.
I mean, for the Bulls right now, for
Chicago,
where we are,
it's major. Not for the rest of the NBA.
I mean, but come on now.
Jabari Parker's
for
legit.
the Pistons, it would have been major.
Nothing's major coming out of the Pistons camp.
You're right.
And let's just
I'm
say
gonna go ahead and
this.
start the rest of the
Actually,
NBA
Andre Drummond
conversation.
did drop an EP the other day.
Man, fuck that nigga, man. I'm sick and tired of his ass, man. I'm sorry, man.
Tell me how you really
So you
feel,
not gonna
baby.
cop the EP? Is that what you
Man,
said?
I don't fucking
Tell me
know
how
I'm
you
not
really feel.
copping that shit,
Come on, man. You can't support the
Tell me why you mad, son.
I'm about to. I'm about to tell you why I'm mad at
You know why I'm mad?
You can't support the pro out here.
Hell no, I ain't supporting the
get his
big
bars
dumb.
off?
Big dumb, no free throw shooting, messed up our whole salary cap ass motherfucker.
No,
man.
that was Blake Griffin.
Well, all of it. The whole thing. Man, throw the whole team away, man. I'm telling you, man. Throw the whole
you know
team.
the sad thing is-
starting with the owner. I said I wouldn't get no. I'm sitting out this NBA conversation.
And you know the problem is that the Pistons are still better than my Bulls right now. And that's what hurts my feelings. That there's that much dysfunction out of the fans, and they're still better
I'm
than
this
my
man.
Bulls right now.
You know what-
I done had it up to her.
You know what's wrong with Detroit is they're just good enough every year to still make the playoffs.
Yes.
They need a good tanking. That's what they
Hey, how long have I been saying that?
I'm gonna tell you what, the Bulls did a good tanking.
Where is Sam
The Bulls
Hinkie
have
at,
been doing
man?
a lot of good
it'll
tanking.
benefit you sooner or later.
Sooner or later.
We haven't been in the playoffs in several years. Look, we got a whole bunch of people now.
But you got LeBron, so it's different.
Before we had LeBron, we were looking good.
You were looking better.
I don't know if y'all was looking good.
Yeah, going up.
Listen,
Yeah.
you can't tell me you got first year and second year players that have the opportunity to be very, very good in this league, and you're not looking up. We're looking.
Yeah, that's
great.
looking up. But that doesn't always
The
mean.
trajectory was better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this though,
I'll definitely
and
give-
only
give
because
that.
you like Duke.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
say the
love
Bulls
Duke.
are.
We had to bring that shit up too.
Because this is back to my Bulls. Be why the Bulls
Speaking
win
of Duke,
12.
6-7.
the Bulls win 12 games a year.
Zion Williamson.
Is because
Thanks for sharing.
like I've watched college basketball. I like college basketball.
Good sport.
It's a great sport. I don't like Duke.
I love Duke.
But I watch Duke because they're on TV a lot.
They're
So
great.
you see Duke. Now, if you looked at this year's Duke team,
Yeah.
who are their best players from a Duke fan?
Listen, man. One's in Sacramento right now.
One's in they're the best player was in
The other
Sacramento.
one's in Utah.
He was pretty good too.
Yeah. They had two rookies. Gary Trent Jr., which I think is very good.
Yes.
He got dropped down. And,
Yes. Okay, now
Duke had a lot of good players.
would you say Wendell Carter Jr. was one of their
I
best
actually
players?
believe Wendell Carter Jr. can be a good NBA player.
Not a seventh
I
pick.
actually-
Not a seventh pick NBA
Listen,
player.
he's 7 foot. He's athletic. He can block shots. I
So
think
was-
he can be a very good NBA
So was
player.
Darko.
That's true.
I'm just.
Y'all some dirty motherfuckers.
I had to tie the Pistons back in here for the hate. I had to tie the Pistons back in for the
Hey,
hate.
man, but did y'all see that they
Haters.
weighed out Zion Williamson at 285?
Yeah.
He's a fat ass that jumps high as fuck.
6'7", 285.
That's
the
like-
highest vert in Duke history.
That's
He
like
too.
Mook in high school.
That was Mook 2
But
years after
6'4",
high school.
6'2", 285.
285.
Yeah, when,
Living a good life.
when Zion Williamson gets to about a swell 255.
Right.
He gonna have to come down if you want them knees to be okay.
Yeah.
He's not going to be okay as a grown man. Like, that's college basketball or
He's
NBA
still
basketball.
jumping.
And just the way he plays, you
Yes.
know, the way his game is set up at this point, you know, is overpowering athleticism.
Overpowering.
And
Yes.
you've seen him. He just like he was bigger in high school.
It was
Now
too
he is
easy,
just
yes.
diesel.
He's just- yeah.
Like he's just cut up right now.
Yeah.
Like
And shout out, fuck Duke. Sorry.
I mean,
you
you know.
can't have the 1, 2, and 3
I love
best
Duke.
players in the fucking
Except
nation.
you can because, you know,
I mean, if you're Kentucky, yes, not Duke. Coach K cheating. Hashtag Coach K cheating.
hey, look, man.
I feel like
How's Indiana basketball?
I feel like there's no cheating in college
with
basketball.
Indiana
It's
basketball.
all college sports.
Looking up, man. We got a good coach,
There's no
man.
cheating in college.
Damn,
sports.
there's a lot of rabbit punches being thrown in this
Man,
podcast.
I'm telling you, man.
God, damn, there's a lot of rabbit punches. Nobody say shit about the Hoosiers. But Mook, okay.
I mean, they are
That
sorry.
was Ohio State basketball.
We're
Better,
doing good.
better.
Better than Indiana?
Yes.
Yes. Hey, bet something.
We can bet that this year.
We gonna bet.
We can bet that this year. We can bet. Last year, no bets. No bets. Last year, no bets. This year, all bets.
I mean, this is the loser side. I would actually scoot my chair over.
Oh.
Two
and we
struggling
can't say nothing.
schools, and you know,
National
like
championship, y'all won it?
Um,
Last
won a
year?
lot of them.
Did you win it
quick-
last year?
No.
The year
Listen,
before?
I'm just
kidding.
real quickly while we're in college
Niggas, we
sports,
get thrown off here.
we had a major situation going on at check out the
Yeah.
shirt that the Three Kings have at
Yeah.
the Ohio State University football.
Yeah.
Wide receiver
Not on,
coach
He said,
Zach Smith caught up in a domestic violence situation where he lost his job, and there were
Come on, Zach.
all sorts of
Zach.
situations
Stop the violence.
Yes.
where the coach of the Buckeyes, Urban Meyer, may or may not have been involved in knowing about the situation or covering things up, or
Fake news.
there's all sorts of things that were being rumored about. You know, he has been suspended. He's still on leave right now as the time of the recording of the podcast. I do think that is going to be taken care of when Gene Smith gets off of vacation, because it seems that as more evidence comes out, like you say, you can't rush the judgment, that Urban Meyer is going to be found to have done what he was supposed to do.
See, I don't think so. I don't
Okay.
think so. And this is
let's talk about it. Let's
and
talk
this is
about
the
it.
only reason I'm going to say this.
Yeah. Oh, we're good. We're good.
The only
We're good.
reason I'm going to say
yeah.
this is because I watched the interview, and just a side note, Mike Finnenbaum or whatever the Finnenbaum dude is,
Yeah.
I will never listen to shit he does ever again.
You mean
Because
Paul Feinbaum?
Paul Feinbaum, whatever the dude's
Oh, the
name
SEC
is.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
dude,
definitely the
he's-
SEC guy.
but-
But he hates Urban Meyer.
He hates everything Big Ten.
Yeah,
but
sure.
So anyway, I watched the Zach Smith interview, and what I heard from that interview was Zach Smith said that Gene Smith knew, or Gene, what's the
The athletic director.
athletic director? He said that he was aware of the allegations and everything that was going on.
Okay.
So Urban Meyer's job is what they're saying he
Yeah, to
didn't do.
report to
The
the-
chain of command is
Right.
to, if Urban Meyer knows about it, you report it to Gene.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if Gene already knows, then Urban Meyer's out of that situation.
Except for the fact that I'll put it into a different industry.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a mandatory report, as far as if you in a situation like, say for instance, you work with kids, you're a teacher,
Right.
and you see abuse, but the principal knows about it, but you don't report it to the principal, you're still in trouble because you're the mandatory report.
got a mandatory report.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
you
get
know.
that part of it.
Yeah, so
But I just don't, because to be
and of course college football is not as serious as
right.
as that.
And domestic violence is serious. I
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
that. I'm not downplaying
absolutely.
anything about that. But what I'm saying is, if you tell me and I'm supposed to tell Mike, but Mike already knows because you've told Mike, then how is that my? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I definitely follow you on
and
that.
that's
yeah.
that's
Well-
my whole thing about it.
CYA. You got to do your job.
Exactly.
Cover your ass.
I get that
Your
too.
job is to report that. You have to report it.
Right.
I mean, and it's not to cover your ass. It's to do the right thing. But,
Right.
I mean, if he already knew, you still have to follow that protocol.
here's-
Protocol.
But there's nothing saying that protocol wasn't followed.
yeah.
So.
Exactly.
Now here's the thing too, and this is coming from as large a Buckeye supporter as you'll ever come across. When Urban Meyer was hired and he was going through, bringing the machine to a new level of winning and bringing prestige to the university. He brought his own level of baggage.
He did.
Absolutely. It's definitely something that I've been cognizant of the man that Urban Meyer is, the way that he gets down, the way that he coaches. Now, he said he changed, and by the looks of the players that he's brought in, there hasn't been the hint of the trouble from the players.
From the floor.
But him as a man, do I think his DNA changed as far as who he is and how he gets down to get these results? I mean, he's a mid-50-year-old man. He ain't changed.
And
he's that dude.
And the thing is to have that level, of success, you have to have some type of blind eye to certain things. And I could be wrong for saying that, but I don't feel like any college coach in America, basketball, football, lacrosse, swimming, if you have the top program, you've turned a blind eye to some things.
And if you look close enough, you'll find something for sure.
Exactly.
You can't. I mean, these things are not even just sports protocol type situation. These are just human being type things, man.
Yeah,
you got somebody beating a wife.
Right.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, no, I mean, you gotta take care of that situation. That's not a
we
swipe
got to
under
bring
the
it back.
rug.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's not a swipe under the rug situation.
I like the way you put that, Mike. We got to bring it back to the issue outside this football. Outside, look, man, we're talking about beating of a wife. You got to do the right thing in that.
And obviously, there are a whole lot of things that go into that because, that we don't even need to get into. But there's a lot of things that go into it. So, but the end of the day, you got to do the right thing.
You do.
All right, listen.
And I'm going to say this to say anything else after that. If Urban Meyer gets fired, the ship don't stop. Like the ship
it don't
the
stop.
ship is still
Hey, it's still
this
gonna
is
be
still the
Michigan.
Ohio State
We're still
University.
going to beat Michigan. We're still going to
Still going to win the Big Ten. We're still going to the Final Four. Like this team,
still going to happen.
Any of us right here can coach this team right now.
No, exactly.
Pretty good football team.
You got that.
Pretty
right.
good football team.
You got that right.
You ever seen Ohio State play?
Yeah, I seen him play.
Okay,
all right.
Heard of them.
Just checking, bro.
LeBron James is going to be executive producing a documentary. We Won't Shut Up and Dribble. I think that is an awesome way to flip the Fox News situation and really put out why athletes are intersecting in pop culture, race, and politics, and how he's navigated that sort of situation. I think this dude continues to make those kind of correct decisions out here, and I'm all for it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's going to be on Showtime, I believe, in October.
It's so important to
we got a shirt
have
saying that, by the
there.
way.
Check out the
website.
Check out the shirt. It
website.
says "We Won't Shut Up and Dribble." The shirt's been out for months, by the way. But I think it's very
I didn't get a
important
shirt.
for us to
got no
recognize
three
that
things apparel.
LeBron James is doing some great things.
Yeah.
But there are also other athletes that have not had that light shed on what they're doing because they're obviously not LeBron James. I read in the comments the other day, Derrick Rose is donating like $400,000 to some kids' scholarships, and the comments were like, 400,000. What's that gonna do for kids? Like LeBron's donate. I'm like, we have to stop with the foolishness. Okay,
Yeah, that is
My
I mean,
goodness.
That is foolish.
like
$400,000.
like this man is
People are-
donating
people are
$400,000.
talking shit about
Jalen Rose has had a
$400,000.
school for 7 years.
7 years.
7 years. I mean, everything that LeBron is doing is great because that light is being shined on it.
Yes, and
but
it should be.
let's just understand that we have athletes that are doing the right things, and I'm hoping
Yes.
that LeBron's show is going to spotlight those athletes, just so people know, hey, it ain't it was necessary for him to show up and do it, but these guys have been doing these kinds of things for years, and they don't really get the credit that they deserve for it all the time.
Because once again, if an athlete, and I'm talking about any sport, any genre, any whatever, has a DUI, acts a fool in public, that's going to make news.
Yeah.
The same 10 athletes that have donated to the community, have worked at these food banks, have given money to everybody. that never gets publicized.
Right.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
know,
All
they-
you see is the bad stuff.
They didn't say nothing about me donating nets to the pond.
You did. I've donated nets to the pond.
Didn't
as
nobody
well.
say nothing about that.
I'll tell you
know.
what.
We got to get that. We got to
I'ma tell
get
you
that
what.
out there. It got to get in this
I'm gonna
journey
tell you
truth. It got to get in. It
I've
gotta
done a
get
lot
in.
of ripping the nets down at the pond because that J work been crispy for years.
The J work. The J work.
Best something.
But you're not going into
Best
the
of-
Pond Hall of Fame.
Hey,
Wow.
Let's
First ballot, bro. First ballot, bro.
Shoot. Now, actually, and then I'm gonna get into this next point. That actually should be a thing for y'all neighborhood. It should be a Sleepy Hollow Hall of Fame.
I'm gonna make it. No, we gotta go for real. We gotta go.
I really think that it should be, as far as contributors to the neighborhood, contributors to the basketball that was played at that park. I think it's a park in this town of Toledo, Ohio, that has definitely brought some of the city's best basketball players through there that groomed their skills. I mean, kids that got thrown in garbage cans that turned into professional basketball players. True stories. I mean, stories that I had nothing. I didn't know anything about because I'm not from that neighborhood. But it's definitely something that I think that would be something. I think that would be sweet.
There's been a lot of greats that came down to the pond. Like the Kaisers, Suge, Brian Roberts. Everybody, a lot of people came down there.
it's
and played. I've seen a lot of great basketball down there. Brian Roberts was the only 9-year-old that we let play. What? I'm too close to the mic. What?
Nah, I was just
Mic
gonna
check.
say,
Mic check.
You didn't say Mike Purdue or Joey Martin.
I didn't see Joey Martin down there.
You didn't even say that.
Well, I'm
You
just
didn't even
saying.
say that.
But a lot.
Now, granted, we used to have Ryder Park before the pond, but when everybody came together, it became, it became a legendary park.
See, I wasn't allowed to leave the block, and the pond.
The
was
pond
down
is a dope spot just because, look, we talking about a lot of people that did a lot of things that got, free school. We all got free school from it.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
lot of us.
Absolutely.
Like I'm saying,
Absolutely.
I think that
Free
that's
college,
pretty dope.
baby.
I'm gonna say about 60% of the people down there got free school out
A
of
lot
it.
of people. went
Now
to college
this
off
this
that.
next topic is going to bleed from the sports end
Did I watch it?
into the politics end.
Oh man.
Yeah. Let's talk Dak Prescott.
Sucker.
Let's talk Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. I want to make sure I get his. I want to make sure I get this man's quote correctly.
Please quote it correctly.
Yeah,
Please
because
quote it
I
correctly.
don't want to attribute anything incorrect.
He said what he said.
He said he literally said, I said what I said. But
Yeah.
just please repeat it
The
for
quote
me.
that Dak Prescott, the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys,
America's team.
exactly.
Suckers.
I never protest during the anthem. I don't think that it's the time or place to do so. Exact quote. So
Because I'm completely missing the whole point of a protest.
yeah, and the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry
Jerry Jones, who was
Blue
filmed
label
with the hat on
Johnny
and talking
Walker,
during the
Jerry
anthem.
Jones
That
said,
guy.
"I'm so proud of him." If this isn't,
You mean Jerry Jones, the dude that was filmed talking and with his hat on during the national anthem?
yeah,
That guy?
yeah. Here's the thing. To me, it's just a blatant example of the plantation of the
mentality,
NFL.
bro.
Tell him about that line, boss.
Plantation mentality, bro.
Tell him about that line, boss.
You gonna stand on that line. You gonna stand on that line. And this just go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, Dak Prescott verbalized a thought out there for the world to go ahead and ingest of who he is as a man and how the NFL wants their players to be. They want them to be drones that do whatever is told to them. And my goodness, it was just shocking
let's
to see.
reiterate on what he said. He said he didn't want that protesting going on because this is a place of peace for him. It's a relaxing space for him. The game is he don't want that tarnished for him because he is more important than what's going on in the world right
which
now.
is the killing of unarmed black people by police around the country. That's what the protest is about.
Listen, but I don't want that to happen. But you can't do it on my time because
Can't do it
this
on my
is
time.
my
This
time.
is my time.
Okay?
Yeah,
this is my time.
You
because
can't tell people how to
this is
protest.
more important to me.
You can't tell people how to protest. A protest is
Well,
going to
you
make you
obviously-
uncomfortable.
you
A
obviously
protest is going to make you late
Obviously
when they
you
shut
can.
down the damn Ryan. You know,
here's the thing.
You obviously can because people there's certain people that keep
Here's the
telling
thing.
people how to protest.
Again, I'll say this again,
You ain't gonna
and it's
tell
the
me how to
easiest way to
protest.
understand this.
Feel that.
Back when people were doing the sit-ins, and I know a lot about it from my grandmother and all of that. Like, so back when people were doing the sit-ins, some of your neighbors, older neighbors that are very nice right now, back then they were the ones kicking them.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to admit what they did. I guess what I'm trying to say is don't be on the wrong side of history.
Don't
right
be
now.
man.
Because nobody is holding their hand up
Please
saying,
say that again.
Nobody's holding their hand
Man.
up saying in 1956 I used to spit on black people. And
Right.
nobody's saying I was holding that water hose then.
Right.
Nobody's holding their hand up saying that now. Everybody seems to think that all of the stuff that happened in segregation was wrong now. But the majority of the people in the country thought it was okay then. So where did all those people go? They didn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
they just were on the wrong side of history and they realized it. Don't be on the wrong side of history with this. People are trying to protest something that's wrong and they're doing it in a peaceful manner. Let them do it.
And peaceful does not mean it's going to be convenient for you.
Peaceful.
You're going to be inconvenienced.
Yeah.
Because it's a protest.
Yeah.
This dude,
Next
man.
topic, man.
Yeah, well, it's bleeding into the next topic because President Twitter
Making
fingers.
me mad because I can't play Madden. Can't watch my Steelers.
Yeah. Look,
I'ma
man,
tell you this.
all the inconveniences of it
I'm
all.
sorry, but I've been on that mad.
And you know what? Dak Prescott? I like Madden. It's peaceful to me.
Yeah.
But I can't play it. 'Cause you can't get my money.
Yep, I've been on the mad.
Yep. Anything.
And granted, it was bought for me, so I'm gonna act like I stood up and I didn't buy it because I didn't buy it.
Not
It
buying,
was
not
bought for
buying
me.
Madden.
It was bought for me, but I've been online a lot lately.
I like Madden too.
Love it.
And
That's my piece.
Not
That's my
anything.
that's my don't choke somebody medicine.
you got any thoughts about the NFL besides your Chicago Bears that are trash? You got a quarterback named Mitchell.
Mitchell. His name is full God-given name is Mitchell.
He wants to be called Mitchell.
And listen, I don't know if you watch Kevin Hart, but Mitch, that's your quarterback's name. He's a Mitch, bro. He's a male bitch,
Your
bro.
backup is so sorry
He's
that
a
your
Mitch.
starting quarterback didn't even recognize him.
Look
Gave
at
him an
all
autograph.
these haters surrounded by me every day.
The Bears.
That's number.
Is
That's
that
track.
on the mixtape,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Is
on
that
the
on the
mixtape.
mixtape?
All right.
I'm gonna buy a crack.
President Trump, of course, weighed in during this NFL preseason about the various protests that players did.
Did he just call him
through,
President Trump?
He's
that's
our
who he is.
president, bro.
President Trump,
Sucks.
45.
Sucks.
President Twitter fingers. He has a lot of monikers, but
President Twitter.
you know,
Donnie.
he definitely weighed in because he feels that this is good for his base. If it brings up a level of energy that they're going to need in their base for the midterm elections, which are coming up here in November. So definitely
Get out and vote.
Yeah.
Black people, get out and vote.
And
White
I want to
people,
talk
get out
about
and
White
vote.
people, get out and vote.
Mexican people, get out and
Mexican people,
vote.
get out.
Everybody,
Asian people.
get out and vote.
Asian people, Indian
Everybody.
people.
Get out and vote.
And if you want to get out and vote, holla at my homegirl Tina Butts, who is
Tina Butts.
running the, what is called the movement here in my hometown of Toledo,
Bird,
Ohio.
get your shirt, support the movement, vote, please.
She is actually a consultant right now for the Ohio Democratic Party for voter registration and engagement. And they have definitely started the movement.
Yes, they have.
She will be joining the Roundtable podcast on the next Roundtable podcast. She's going to come up here and join us to really talk voter registration, to talk voter engagement, to talk all the things that are going to be necessary to impact change that's
Go ahead,
going
Mook.
on. So go ahead, man.
Mook.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. You got something to say?
So my feet I ain't gonna be here next time.
Yeah, you can come back. You already talking enough, bro. You
Yeah,
too,
man.
you too
I mean, I
reserved,
didn't
bro.
know the topics. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know them either, but we talking, bro.
Yeah.
Get in. Get in where you fit in, man.
Are you a registered voter?
Uh-oh.
That's personal. You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
I plead the fifth.
Would you like to be a registered
1,
voter?
2, 3, 4.
If you're not, we can get you together.
Would
you
you like to
together,
be?
You need that vote,
okay.
bro.
Listen, you are definitely the type of person that the movement wants to talk to about the importance of being registered, and not only being registered, because there's a lot of people that are registered that don't vote. Get your ass to the poll and vote. Fifth. Be on the lookout for the.
I think that's gonna be a clip.
Oh man, it's gonna be a clip.
My birthday is April.
So President, so do we trust Omarosa's lying ass on
I don't trust
lying on
Omarosa
Trump?
for nothing.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't even want her to be.
Who the hell is Omarosa? I swear, man, I ain't get no. Somebody said, yeah, I'm gonna text you all the topics.
You said somebody. I said that I was. And I
the guy
did
to
not.
the right.
Yeah, I did not.
So I could have been aware of.
But these are general topics that are
just gonna tell you a
full-fledged
secret.
adults should know
Ain't she the
something
one that
about.
said Trump said the N-word?
Yeah.
I'm sure he probably did say the N-word. I'm
sure he
these
said
white
it,
people
Can we
probably
say
said
can we say
fucking
nigger?
times.
No,
he said nigger.
We're gonna kill the N-word.
Man, can we kill saying the N-word? Use the slur. No,
I got you, man. I feel you.
I'm dead
I feel
serious
you.
about
I
this
feel you.
because
Use the slur.
the N-word takes away the power of the slur.
We know
You
they
didn't
want
call me an
Ray-Bans.
N-word. You called me a nigger.
Them Ray-Bans?
No, man, I'm.
We know they not because you threw them.
Them $5 hitters right there, boy.
Oh, yeah, you can throw them.
You damn right.
You ain't throwing no Ray-Bans.
But I'm sick and tired of the N-word. The N-word this, the N-word that. No, you're trying to sanitize what's going on. People aren't out here calling people N-words. They're not spray painting N-word on Vicky's lounge out there. And Vicky's
Hey, where's Vicky's Lounge at?
It's
oh,
on,
by Whitmer.
Okay, yeah.
It's on.
I knew I heard of that place before.
Yeah.
Man, what is
I
that
saw the
shit?
picture. I just
Hold
like,
on.
man,
It's
where's
on
that?
Douglas.
Look, they ran the man's business. They ran him out of the neighborhood
Shout
because
out
they
to my
didn't
homie Smoke.
necessarily
That's
care
who
for
owned
the
it.
clientele. And you still gonna paint on there. He ain't been there in a month.
But it was a bar before, a white people's bar, if that's the correct terminology for it. But I mean, they still had ruckus, but not like ruckus he had. But hey,
Are we sure?
it-
Are we sure?
I'm not for sure,
I'm
but
not.
I know
I'm not
it,
hip to
it
the
was.
ruckus
Yeah,
that was
you
going
know,
on at
I-
either instance. I don't know. I didn't even.
But
wasn't
I
anything-
do know somebody spray
wasn't
painted
anything
nigger
less than what a bar
on
would
the
do.
building.
You know what I'm saying?
I
It's
do
bar
know that.
problem. You have a bar, you got a bunch of people drunk. Sooner or later,
Somebody gonna fight.
somebody gonna fight.
Somebody gonna smack an ass
Whether
that they
it's
shouldn't have smacked.
whether it's
and
white or
somebody's
black,
gonna-
Whether it's white or black,
Mexican,
right?
they're
That's
gonna
what I
fight.
said. Whatever
'Cause
kind of
it's-
bar you got, whatever side of town, sooner or later, if you serve enough liquor in your bar, which is what you want to do because you want to have a successful bar, there's going to be some fights in your bar. That's just
John Taffer would not be happy
But
about.
basically,
John Taffer would be upset.
bar rescue, baby. Oh man.
Go ahead, Mook, man. You have something more to say. It felt like
yeah.
no, I had to think of who John Taffer was, and I remember it. The
It was
bar
on-
rescue. dude.
it was on the itinerary, Mook.
I didn't get it.
It was on the
Keep
itinerary.
on shoveling dirt on your boy D's. I'm telling you.
Hey,
There's been a lot of real punches in there.
Man,
There's been a lot
man,
of
I'm
real
coming out of
punches.
here.
somebody call my phone and see if it worked because I didn't.
Yeah,
hey,
get the-
I didn't get the memo.
And we're talking about some boxing. Shout out to our local champion, E Bunny.
E-Bunny.
yeah.
Shout out,
He
bro.
represented. He represented big
our
time.
local
man.
champion.
Staples Center, man. A lot of
listen,
people don't get to see
definitely
that, man.
represented.
I got to see it.
He was in the ring with a top 5 pound for pound fighter in the world.
In the world, bro.
This
Hey.
this was the best fight he's fought since he
Yes.
won the belt.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
yeah, he looked
Absolutely.
really good. I was
He
proud
did.
of him for sure.
He
Yeah.
did.
And for people that just thought that it was just going to be some sort of cakewalk, they did not do the research on the opponent. Bunny respected the opponent because he came in with a strategy and a plan for this particular opponent, and he tried to execute it to
He
the
did.
best of his abilities.
He did.
And he ran into a dude, like I say,
That hit hard.
Yeah.
Ran into a dude that hit hard, man.
Yeah.
And he's a good boxer.
Yes. That's what
I
I
mean,
said. He
like,
ran into
he's-
it. He ran it. Listen,
He's not no
and that's
fighter.
what's
He's
great.
a good boxer.
And that's what's great
he
is
I'm knocking stuff
Oh,
down.
wow.
And he respected Bunny enough to come in to put forth that level of
Yeah,
effort.
I mean, this the
He wasn't
Garcia
looking past
family-
it to that
Yes.
dude that was in the
The
order.
Garcia family
championship
is
fight.
they're a good boxing family. I mean, they are technical, they're skilled, all of them for sure.
Right. So we definitely wanted to give up.
But you
Give
know,
a shout out to E-Bunny, man.
Mikey's dope. But check this out, Mikey. You don't want to move up and fight Errol Spence, man. You be better off fighting Lomachenko, buddy. I mean, Mikey's
Well,
dope, but you do not want to move up and fight Errol Spence, buddy.
It's gonna be some good fights.
You don't want to do it.
He don't want that smoke.
Nah.
Well, I mean, I might want to watch that smoke though. I mean,
I think Mikey could beat Lomachenko though. I don't think he could beat Errol Spence.
You gotta go ahead. So. Hey, you know what? Put it together. Put it on TV.
Hey, either one, I'm watching it. So, either one, either fight.
It's definitely gonna get.
But I'm looking forward to see who Bunny gets next.
And once again, shout out to Bunny for being a champion
no
fighting
doubt.
a champion.
Definitely,
he didn't take no bullshit fights and try to say, you know what I'm saying, he was going for it all. And granted,
listen, man, he did everything that he needed to do to get to that spot.
Yes.
He got to where he needed to get to get that fight, and he's gonna hopefully get some a good fight next.
I'm about to throw this alley oop real fast because I really need to know. Mook, tell me about Las Vegas. Tell me the do's and don'ts. Tell me the ins and outs. Tell me how to navigate Las Vegas right now.
You gotta lean back and talk cool. You can't sit up there and look stupid like you're doing, bro. Shit is killing me.
You on camera?
Shit killing me, bro. Shit killing me, bro.
You on camera over there too.
Shit killing me, bro. Right, there you go. That camera.
Up there too?
Sky cam, bro.
No, I mean, I've been on LA kick lately, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
but Vegas is cool. That's my second home, you know. What you need to know.
First, best place to eat after 4 a.m.
Before that, what do you need to do before you answer that, Mook? What do you need to do going there? Do you get your plane and then get your tram or trolley or whatever?
No, I rent a car.
You rent a car? Yeah.
No, you know, everybody.
What you rent, man? What kind of cars you be renting, man?
Man,
Let
I
them know,
rent
man. Show them how to do it in Vegas, bro.
I rent the
Lambo.
I rent the Chevy Colt.
Right, so
You know
I'm
what I'm
asking
saying?
that because basically, like, there's two experiences in Vegas.
No,
one where you don't have a car, and one where you do. That's why
depends
it makes
on-
a big difference. It makes a difference.
I don't want a car. I'll be drunk.
But you picture if you go Uber, say you go out 6-7 times in Uber, that's like $20
Right.
a pop. A rental car you can get for like a whole weekend. You do it right, $100. You know what I'm saying?
And
you
you could do a lot of venturing
Yeah,
off
you
the
know,
strip.
yeah, it's a lot.
Man, I'm throwing you softballs, man. Talk. You know all this stuff.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff to do off the strip.
Like
you
what?
know what I'm
For
saying?
instance,
Like
for what?
You know, I went to go see Liberace House. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
dope.
You know, a lot of people, and that's like a block or two away from the
That's
strip.
dope. That's dope.
You know, I go to liquor stores off the strip
Yeah,
because
for
it's cheaper.
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
This is what we want. We want
we
the
want
Vegas experience where you don't
off
got
the
to spend
strip.
all this money. You know what I'm saying?
We don't want the glitz and glamour. We want the.
I mean,
we want the Sleepy Hollow version, bro.
you know, it's shopping. You go to the outlets. They got it at both
you're
ends.
broad.
Shut up. All right, shut up. You know, I look for them savings on them clothes
Yeah,
because
for
I ain't
sure.
about to spend no $600-700 on a pair of jeans. I'm gonna
I
wear
feel
it
you.
once.
I feel
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know, Vegas it's cool. You know, I ain't go to Hash House or Go. They said that's pretty good. Wahlburgers.
Wahlburgers is decent, bro.
It's cool. Don't get the
cool.
macaroni and cheese because it didn't run all of that.
Yeah, the burger was good. I
Fat
don't know if
burger.
it's better than Five Guys.
Not
That
better than
might be
Five
an
Guys.
argument later,
I mean, you know,
later in life,
with
but you know what I'm
y'all.
saying? Wahlburger
You know, the
was-
buffet at I think it's the Rio.
Yeah.
Where they got the seafood
Seafood
buffet.
buffet is
Yeah, I've never
awesome.
been there, but I heard it was great.
yeah,
they got
that's
crab
dope.
legs to
That's very
find
dope.
your arms.
It's very good.
Well, shit,
It's
everybody
worth it.
arms-
It's worth
everybody
it.
arms ain't
Back in the
cool.
day, it was like $40.
And we
I
ain't
think
got
it's
them Mike
probably-
Purdue. All right, he can open the door, sit down.
You ain't see the real punch. There's a lot of real punches. There's a lot of real
Man,
punches
oh,
coming
man.
out this bitch today, bro. Woo.
This guy.
He
Mook,
can.
Mook bring out the hater in everybody.
I'm telling you, man. You ain't. Man, we gonna ban you till 2019, man. Too much
That's
doggone
cool.
hate.
I ain't no hate, you know. Y'all my dudes. You know, I grew up
Hey,
with all
so
of y'all.
check this out,
and
Mook.
then
So-
find out Bees
Hey,
was
listen,
my cousin.
Mook, I'm gonna ask you a question.
So
Exactly.
say you you know, obviously you got your rental car, you out in Vegas. You ever did anything outside like to what do you, the dam or any of that?
No, I wanted to do the dam, but I ain't never had a chance to go there. But I did go see like Pawn Stars. I've been there.
Okay, yeah.
I've been to Tank. Went to see the fish tanks that they
Yeah.
made and stuff
Yeah.
like
Oh,
that.
shit, okay.
Hey,
You
what
know,
about the signs? I've always wanted to go see the graveyard.
I
the
didn't. I don't know where that's at though, but I want to do that.
wanna check
I've been
that
to the Mob Museum. That was pretty. You know, they got a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
The Wax Museum was cool. ordered a hooker one time, but
Now we talk. Now we talk.
What happened with the hooker?
Guy and girl, bro.
He said, "Guy and girl."
I fell asleep actually.
So it was
You
a
know,
guy,
no, it wasn't a goddamn guy. Shut up. I fell asleep.
You ain't get robbed.
What did you order up? What was on the menu for your whore?
Shit, I don't know. I fell asleep. Shit,
I mean,
she.
what did
you
she
had
look
to
like?
order.
Hey,
What you got there? What you
Listen.
do, bro?
I got the little ad. I said, fuck it. You know, it was a long time ago, babe. So don't worry.
Hashtag screenshot.
So no, I called her up. She was like, "What's your room number?" I said, "I ain't give you a room number. I'll meet you in the lobby." She was like, "All right, bet, cool." 10 minutes later, I fell asleep. And I woke up, I got, "Oh, fuck you, motherfucker, don't ever call me. I'm telling all my girls, don't you, blah, blah, blah." Hey, I was tired. Yeah. But you know, I mean, it's a lot of stories. If y'all ever have the X-rated version of the Three Kings Round Table.
This was supposed to be the X-rated version. Oh my God, this dude.
I've never been to Vegas.
Shut up. Listen, if you want a good time, hey, get my dude B Raj. Oh man,
Oh,
B
my God.
Raj,
the
that's
Vegas
my
kid.
dude.
Shout out to B Rod.
That's
Shout
my
out to
dude.
B-Raj.
B-Raj.
He. Oh, I have a great time.
Don't you tell one story about B Rise on this?
No, we got to bring him in here so we can tell a
Yeah,
story.
we do need to have B Rise on the show too.
He would definitely.
Yeah, that's my dude though, man. Love
Social
him to
media
death.
king right now.
He would definitely.
I love him to death. That's my dude though, man. We have great times in Vegas. I remember the time we was.
Don't you? I told you don't tell my B Rise story, bro.
When we was about to fight in the truck, that was, man, it was wild though, but
Take him to the wrong side of town.
nah. Oh man, we went to North Vegas. This was before we became legal. We went to North Vegas, so we go there.
Got to find the spot.
So like we was like deep in the hood. Like dude had his pistol on. You can see the pistols and all of that. So dude came in, dropped the weed in the car. So Brian, so everybody like,
hold on, no government names right now. I mean, you talking about
B Raj, my bad. So B Raj was like, so we was like, man, what?
Yeah, like you can't figure it out.
So he was like,
now everybody got his whole government name.
whatever. So they was like, what if we get robbed? Man, Brian, my bad. B Raj.
What's in that tea, bro? What's in that tea, bro?
PSA, don't get caught doing anything with Mook.
Right.
Man, oh man.
So they was like, what if we get robbed? So he was like, man, I ain't getting robbed. So why this dude took his chain off and put it underneath the pizza in the pizza box.
I just said don't tell no B Rise story.
Oh my God.
Y'all know I'm hard-headed, but
Hey, we definitely gonna have to get back with them stories. That's hilarious. We gonna move on.
Yeah, Mike, we got the shirt of the podcast
hey,
right here.
could y'all edit the hooker part out, please?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Willie.
So check this out. 3kingsclothings.com is the site. We always do a shirt of the week on the podcast. This week, I mean, every one we've done so far, we've always done one that shows the tone of the company that's kind of serious and how we stand on things. I wanted to do one that was light because we are both, as the podcast shows you. We're not just always serious about things. So this shirt is kind of a homage to streetwear itself. It's right to the streetwear roots. Shout out to Kyle Korstos who designed this shirt. It's dope. It's our boy Royalty. And it's basically just a streetwear shirt with our mascot on it.
Our mascot,
and
absolutely.
It's very popular, especially down south. I'm not sure why that is, but we appreciate everybody down south purchasing this shirt. Everybody up north get hip to this shirt.
I don't got a shirt.
Royalty is the shirt of the week.
Royalty.
Being the shirt of the week.
The shirt of the week for me
Brought
is
to you by
no
Three
shirt for
Kings
me.
Clothings.
Hey,
get to the website.
Mook wants to know how to get a shirt. He got to jump on 3kingsclothings.com.
Why? I got 3
shirts
numbers
right
that
there.
I can call to say, hey, I need a shirt. Let me get a shirt.
I don't think you ever called one of them numbers to say.
Exactly.
I mean, since we
never happened.
First of all, wait.
we acting like this, like,
I just got Beasley number the other day when he gonna call me back and say, hey, I'm gonna send you an itinerary. I didn't get it. I called this guy's number. He rarely answers the phone.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's how we gonna act now?
Yeah.
We ain't gonna talk about Sylvania Avenue, are we?
Oh dear.
Oh yeah, you looked out for me.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. Don't act like, you know what I'm saying?
because you
Come on.
accidentally answered the phone. You like shit, and then you was like, "What's up, Mook?"
Accident.
And
Really?
Then Mike P, he answering whenever he feel like it. He still never got back with me on the softball shirt.
I
But it's
did,
cool.
bro. I
cool.
told you.
Yeah,
I got
and these is
All
my.
right, now you talking reckless now. All right, now it's time to fall back.
Speaking of reckless, Ice-T reckless. That was the shit back in the day.
All right, we were coming to the close of the Roundtable Podcast, episode 8. Viva Las Vegas. Some boy, oh boy, move Bill.
Hey man, give a shout out to your screensaver, bro.
Yeah.
Give a shout out, bro.
Moving on.
Back to track number 8 on my mixtape. Hey, Shaq, if you want to be featured on my tape, hit me up.
All right. Well, listen, we're gonna go ahead and get into our Dan of the week. The Dan, as those that have been sticking with us through the podcast, can be a person, it can be a place, it can be a thing, it can be anything that we choose it to be. But it's definitely going to be something involved with some dumb shit, and that's for sure. Mike P, do you have any thoughts on in your travels here since the last podcast of the Dan of the week that you want to go ahead and suggest?
I cannot, in good conscience, select anyone other than Dak Prescott. I cannot.
No, I got one.
All right, yeah, do tell.
I mean, and once again, the Dak thing, but once again, our president, for his Twitter fingers, talking about Don Lemon and LeBron James, like I can't let that go past that. You literally called out 2 men that do a lot for the community and called them stupid as fuck on, you know what I'm saying? Just I can't let that go.
You can't let that one slide in.
Can't let that one slide, bro. I can't.
Definitely 2 very worthy. I mean, I'm telling you, it could be. You know what?
Damn.
It could be it could be the first time in Roundtable Podcast history that people have done so much dumb shit to the top of dumb shit mountain that they are tied up
Dumb
there.
shit
You know
mountain.
what? So,
That sound like
Dak Prescott
that sound like a
and
ride.
President Twitter Fingers, you motherfuckers are the Dan of the week. And with that, we are concluding the Roundtable Podcast. Thanks for Mook Bill coming in and joining us this
Shout out to
afternoon.
Mook Bill. Shout out to
Mook
Mook. Shout out to
Bill.
all that.
Showing up, got King Mike.
Mookavelli, Mookabai
Biz over
Crane.
Next time, I hopefully I get the itinerary next time so I can be prepared,
Still
so
hating.
I can know the topics.
The Roundtable Podcast, and we the fuck out of here.
Yo, 360 degrees of perfect steez. Roundtable Podcast live with the 3 kings. We knocking your airways, make you listen every day. Hottest interviews and beats. Tune in, hear what
Take
they
a
say.
seat at the round table right here with the 3 kings. All the entertainment, news, and knowledge that you need. Giving it to you real, cause that's the way that we breathe. Full circle, 360 degrees.
Roundtable Podcast. Yo, Roundtable Podcast. Roundtable Podcast. Roundtable Podcast. Yo, Roundtable Podcast. Roundtable Podcast.